Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of NBC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for today, Monday, December the 16th. Let's quickly jump to our news items for the day. As we can see, we start the day with Chicago PMI. This is a very tricky news report to trade around. We normally don't do anything till after 9:45, to be honest with you, because this normally comes out anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. So we don't know what's going to happen with this report. So we basically just wait till after the effect. So just keep your eyes open on that just to see what you think. The rest of the week, we have some pretty important pieces of information. We have building permits, crude oil, the Philly Fed manufacturing, and of course here we have the final GDP for last quarter. So that's going to be very important to watch. So keep your eyes open for that. And now we jump to our analysis. We start with our daily chart as usual. Another all-time high established in the pre-market at 31.90. This is a very strong up market, very strong market, very technically sound market. As a matter of fact, what I mean by technically sound, it is respecting supports, it is respecting resistances, it is really behaving very technically savvy. At least in the last run that we've had since we began back here in early December, market's been very savvy in reference to technicals. It's really following patterns. It's bouncing where it's supposed to bounce. It's holding where it's supposed to hold. So it's been very technically sound. Pressure here, triangular compression. Market can break either way. Market breaks to the upside, continues to rally to the upside, 31.90. Volume absolutely excellent. We've had volumes over 1 million in the last several weeks, and our ATR is holding strong at 26, which is a good, healthy market. Again, areas where the market can be traced to, very simple. First area is the significant area would be the 20. After that, 50, 80, and eventually the 200. So far, no reason for us to think of anything else, but just some sort of retracement potentially coming off the all-time high, and then just expecting the runs to the downside, finding support, and probably attempting to move higher. That's the same song and dance we've been doing for the last couple of months here. Actually, practically the whole year with these all-time highs and the retracements, so on and so forth. If you got to be in it to win it, guys, you have to be in the market every day. You got to keep an eye on this. You understand the fundamentals of this market. Market continues to respect these channels that we have drawn for a long time. Market returning back to this original channel up here. After establishing the all-time high, let's see if it breaks through. Obviously, we have our objectives, our price objectives are up here somewhere. We can see them more clearly in this analysis chart here. One of the analysis charts that we use here. As you can see, we have a projected price point. Right now, it's at 31.90. Obviously, the first obvious one is 31.200 is the next level where the market can be running. It's probably about 10.5 points away. But there's our objectives to the upside there. And of course, like I mentioned, we have clear support, clear resistance areas where the market is respected. So that's what we're expecting. Let me show you more clearly what I mean by that in our analysis chart here, our shorter term here. As you can see, we're above yesterday's intraday high. Broke through, established the all-time high. Now, what are we expecting? If we don't continue, which we rarely do when we establish all-time highs, is retracing right back to this area here. And then, of course, if the market wants to move lower, we have a series of areas where the market can retrace, particularly this area here, which, of course, is this trend line that we established here. Now, remember, we have a little gap here. This little gap, depending if we break below this level here, this gap may be just something that the market will not be able to sustain the desire to go fill, so it can potentially go down here. Now, this is an interesting area here. It's a very interesting area. This is one of the longest indecision areas that I've seen in the last several weeks. Market just pretty much stay there since till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way to close. It just stayed in this area here, which is an amazing event. It's been a while since I've seen the market do that, particularly after it had clear direction to the one side. This is early in the morning. Market finds just support, resistance. It was just channeling there. I'm curious to see what happens if the market does not hold here, and if it tries to fill this, if it fills this gap, is it going to move in here? And if it is, what's going to happen when it gets in here? We're going to have similar movement. That's going to be very interesting. Keep your eyes open for that. First clear of the day's reaction off the all-time high, but don't forget the news. We can see it a little bit closer here in our trade chart, and there's our all-time high. We're between the all-time high and the intraday low. There's our area that I was referring to. There's our gap. So, like I said, wait for the first reaction. Look for the runs to this area, and then potentially wait for the hold there. If it holds, attempting to run up, then run do runs to the upside, Otherwise, wait for the break and ride and call it down to this level here. Right? Have a great trading session. Let me know if you have any questions.